Okay, it's unmuted now. Hello everyone, I'm MJHeros, that's Soupcan, and that's CooledPC. And welcome to this Amigos podcast. So currently, Matheus is actually on a flight. He can't attend the podcast. As for Brent, I don't know what he's doing. As for Soupcan, he's here. For CooledPC, he can't exactly use his mic. That's just all a head start for us. I mean, yeah. And today, it's gonna be an interesting topic. So let us start the clock. Here we go. So, CooledPC, Soupcan. How are you guys doing? Yes, Soupcan? So, Cooled. Can you tell him? Tell me what? Oh yeah, so MJ. Okay, CooledPC, what is it? By the way, we're online now. You remember Soupcan's matching PFPs, right? Yes, I actually do. So, what about it? The girl he's matching with hates him now. Oh. That's unfortunate. Why? What happened? Not entirely now. But more of what is it, CooledPC? I meant Soupcan. You tell him, Soupman. 5 days ago, I think. What, 5 days ago? Yeah? Okay. Soupcan. I don't know how to cope. It's sad. I know. But we all go through that thing. And, so, but before it all went downhill, we're listening. Cool, can you also tell him? Dang, both of you are mute. Honestly, without me, you guys can't talk. CooledPC. Man, I can't. You do it, bruh. And if you tell me. No, bruh. What does you guys want to tell me before we start the topic, okay? Fine. Also, did we start at 7:28? Yes, I think we did start 7:28. Because I took a bath. So basically, CooledPC. What is it? Okay, fine. Soupcan. Okay. Guys, make this quick before we start our first topic. Wait! CooledPC. Hold up! What is it? I can use my mic. Wait, you can? Probably. Alright, let's hear it. Oh my gosh! CooledPC! Use it now for faster communication, says Soupcan.
I hate typing.
Huh? Yeah.
I do not want to go back to typing.
Yeah, that's probably...
Cool,
can you tell him now, please?
I'm not good at explaining. Hey, you tell him.
Hey, CooledPC,
Hey, you talked about this in Discord earlier. You can't tell.
CooledPC, aren't you good at paragraphs in school? How can you not explain? Oh, yeah, so...
Look, it's complicated, man. It's complicated.
Okay, I understand. I just want to listen to Soupcan's story, okay? What is it, Soupcan? Before we start the topic, we'll have some short things from Soupcan. Before even all went downhill, or even before we were matching, we were using VC. Okay. And she said, Redamoko. Huh? What does that mean? Wrote my autocorrect. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh, so MJ. So basically, reto means like reto. It means like it's matchmaking stuff. I don't really get it, but so say that you have this one friend and you have another friend. So reto means like you'll match that other friend with the other friend. You see, like the other friend has a perfect match.
Friends of friends?
I mean, that's how I understand it. That's how I understand
like
it.
friends of friends, basically. Love matchmaking, I think.
Exactly.
Okay. What next?
Soupcan.
Brent would say, and then... Hold up, let me actually see if Brent is here. What happened next?
I mean, man, this would be a lot more fun if Brent and Matheus was here.
Actually, Matheus is somewhere.
No.
He can't join.
Yeah.
As for Brent, I don't know what he's doing. Anyway, so can we continue on the topic? I can cope and try not to remind me of this again, please. Okay, Soupcan, we'll listen to you before before our official topic even starts, so you can forget about everything.
Soupcan, did
No,
you
I mean
say that earlier? Earlier.
The topic for the podcast.
Before it all went downhill. You said you were using VC with her.
Oh, okay. So we should do the topic of the podcast. Is that right, Soupcan?
Oh.
Also, can you answer CooledPC's question?
Alright, my bad.
So sometimes I mistake CooledPC for Soupcan. I don't know.
Hey. And?
Okay. Check mark. Alright, so our topic for today is the different gaming genre. You guys know?
Ooh.
Like horror games, FPS games, RPGs, and the like. Basically, we'll be talking about that.
I think we should talk about horror games first.
Horror games. So where do we even get started? Basically, it's derived from survival games, but it uses jump scare base. Cooled plays a lot of Forsaken. By the way, what genre is Forsaken? Horror game or just survival?
Survival, but it's asymmetrical survival thing. 1 versus 1.
Survival 1v8 symmetrical. But can you consider it horror?
What?
Can you consider it a horror game because of the jump scares? Yes, no. Because horror games are jump scare based. That's how they're different from survival games. Is that horror games used to use fear as a challenge for you?
I would say Doors as a horror game, but I don't really feel scared indoors.
Yes, but you get the idea. Does Forsaken count as psychological horror? I don't know.
Not really.
we're talking about Roblox horror games, but you guys know Granny, right?
What?
Granny.
Oh yeah, Granny.
Yeah, I've beat extreme mode in every version.
I see.
The good old days. Yes, exactly. That was my first ever horror game.
Is
Huh?
it bad for to know that I have actually never played Granny because I was a scared little boy back then and I didn't like horror games.
This is why I'm different from other kids. I actually enjoyed horror games. Fun fact, what is it, Soup Can? Okay. I played Granny during the last field trip. The last field trip of our school. No, like what? Last field trip. That means prior to today. And prior to the upcoming field trip. Yes. So that means
Although the actual horror game that I have played is Ice Cream.
Ice
You know
Cream.
Ice Cream?
Yes, I also play that. I've played all of the 7 games. I just haven't been the true ending of
And
the
I
8th.
have not finished the entire trilogy. I was already enough.
It's
I
not
already
even a
had enough
trilogy.
with the first.
It's not even a trilogy anymore. There are like 8 ice cream games. 10 if you count the extra, like United and Tycoon. Apparently, there's a Tycoon game. Yeah.
I also forgot all of the stuff that happened in the Ice Cream game.
Yes, but let's talk about why those games are scary. But first, can I talk about my first experience in horror games?
Okay.
So it was 2018, and horror games are actually the first ever game genre I've actually ever played, besides Sandbox and the like. The first horror game I ever played was Granny. I heard it from one of my friends from Planas, uh, and then I downloaded it, and then I played it, and I was kind of scared, but eventually I'm not like other kids. First horror game I played was FNAF 2, I think. So you haven't played the original FNAF. Okay. Soup can. Correct. So. Okay, but were you scared? I forgot. That's okay. So. That was a long time ago. When did FNAF 2 release? Like 2015, 2016 or something like that?
No, 2015 was like the first one, right?
No, 2014 was the first one.
I see.
Markiplier makes videos on it. Yeah. Okay. But
FNAF.
but what?
FNAF 2 was also in 2014.
Oh, okay. But those horror games are click to play, where it's like click based. You don't actually solve puzzles. Unless you beat the final monster. I haven't actually been FNAF yet. You said horror genre. Yes, technically horror genre. FNAF. Yes, it is. But FNAF is mostly about clicking, while some horror games, they're mostly about puzzle based. Like in horror games. Like sometimes these genre can interconnect with each other. Hello Neighbor? Oh, Hello Neighbor? Well, the neighbor kind of scares you. So yeah, it does count. Like psychological horror. Does FNAF count as a flash game?
Soup man, does FNAF count as a flash game? I see.
What even is a flash game?
The X emoji.
Okay. So after that, I watched this YouTuber called Vivid Place. He plays mobile horror games. That's how I've gotten really skilled at horror games. It was because I kept watching his videos. And I've eventually learned. Bro, what is it? CooledPC. Why did you switch back to, Oh wait, be right back. Okay. So, Soupcan, if you can hear me, I watch Vivid Place a lot. That's how I got skilled at horror games. And 2019, I got intermediate. Pog. Who's Pog? Also, Vivid Place is actually Filipino. Which we're Filipinos too. So we can kind of relate to him a lot, honestly. Because we're Filipinos. I kind of got pro at horror games by growing up. Oh, yeah. But as for me, I was a different kid from the rest. I'm not afraid. Unlike the other kids. But, yeah, I never really revealed to the world that I was good at horror games. Because horror games is not really that popular of a genre if you think about it. Like, people mostly like FPS games. When have you seen a group of boys playing horror games together? Well, technically, probably, but they mostly play shooter games because that's multiplayer. Speaking of FPS, you know what? Let's speak. CS2 is ass. Okay. I mean, that's acceptable, but how is it bad? It was Rush. Also, what is CS2? Counter-Strike 2?
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how about CSGO, son? Tukan.
It was rushed.
CSGO?
Yes, you told us twice. Unlike Half-Life, what does the A stand for in that one? I know Half-Life series. Half-Life Alex. Oh, okay. Depende. Okay. So Half-Life Alex was good, but Counter-Strike 2 was bad. It technically counts as FPS because... But you forgot, it's scary, right? So it's a horror game too. VR and shooting first person. Yeah. It is kind of a shooter game. It is a shooter game, actually. That's its primary genre, I think. Is it? Mm-hmm. It combines a lot of genres. Uh-huh. So, there's a lot of target audience that...
Oh, I brought chips.
I feel like that... But its main one is FPS. I feel like that's the reason Half-Life is really popular. It's like it combines a lot of genres that others like. Maybe like horror. It's not that. What is it? Each game released. Okay. But seriously. Like, eating chips right now. CooledPC. Each game released had each engines. Okay. But it's hard to explain, but Half-Life industrialized the gaming industry. Okay. For Half-Life 1, what is it, Soup Can? It had good AI and story ahead of its time. For Half-Life 2, which is what most people probably know, it actually had physics and good graphics. Interesting. Despite it being released in 2005. Dang, that's 20 years old. It's a really old game, and people in our generation still play it. Like you. Which, for Half-Life Alex. By the way, Soup Can is actually making it acronyms because that's easier. I mean, who doesn't talk about acronyms? It actually also has very good graphics. Interesting. Like realistic we're talking. Okay. Physics too. Wait a minute, let me chat Brent. And lighting is too realistic. It's also VR.
I mean, to be fair, is it like Alpha Alex like released in the 2020s?
Which makes it feel like you're a part of the game. Yes. 2020.
Yeah.
That's recent. Anyways, it's your guys' turn. Okay. Before you... Okay, CooledPC, do you want to go? If you want to go, just
I just want to hear stuff from you guys.
Okay. You know what? I'll finish the horror game genre and we'll move on to FPS because this might get a little confusing. So we have to do one topic at a time. Like one genre at a time. So wrap up things in horror games. Yeah, it uses jump scares. The first, I played Sandrina the Seller on my channel, and yeah, it was really scary. But here's what you can do to counter horror games. Here's how you can do to counter horror games. This is my way, personally. First method, focus. Second method, if you're scared of the dark, if you're scared of darkness, if you're scared of darkness, embrace it. Be one with it. Then you'll never ever be afraid of the darkness. Oh shoot, guys, I gotta go. Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
This is a nice conversation, though.
Yeah. Okay. It's sad, but bye. Okay, he's gone, but let me finish this because it's just the two of us. Soup Can. So, lesson 1, focus. Lesson 2, be one with the dark, is basically just embrace the darkness. Don't be scared of it. be part of it. Like, if you can't beat them, join them. Lesson 3. There are different ways to maneuver, like different movement methods. The first movement is go reverse, go to the side, and go in front to dodge the enemies, which is the dodging thing. But note, this doesn't work for every enemies because the pathfinding follows you everywhere, and it's not really realistic pathfinding. An example is Granny. Granny gets you. Even if you do that, Granny will still get you because she goes in your line of sight instead of like chasing you, like, you know, just chasing you realistically. And then the second thing, always close the door behind you, because that slows down the enemy because they have to open the door, and even a second can save your life in these horror games. And then the second movement, and then the third movement is always once you press the door, go reverse for a bit, like an inch, so that you don't get stuck in the door, especially when the doors in that specific game can trap you and can hit you in the face. And then the final movement is look at your surroundings. Yes, and that's how you conquer horror games. Just keep in mind of that, and you can beat any horror games. Now that's all for horror games. Anyways, let's move on to shooter games. Since Supkan already talked much about shooter games, I'm gonna talk about my experience in shooter games. Well, I don't really play a bunch of FPS. I've played Call of Duty once or twice. I've played Fortnite once at Matheus' house. I play, and when we want to get into Roblox, if you guys have watched my channel, I did Arsenal, which I was so annoyed because I couldn't get a single win and people were so good at the game. And finally, Rivals, which I actually get a little skilled at. But mainly I'm MOBA and I'm not really experienced in shooter games. That's why I suck. But Matheus, he's really good at shooter games. I mean, just look at his headshots. And also Brent plays shooter games mostly. You see in his Call of Duty videos, he did great. Yeah. How about you, Supkan? Supkan, do you have any lessons on how to conquer shooter games, like your personal way? And then once Matheus and Brent joins, we will ask them about their own personal way in how to conquer shooter games. If they're sneaking / crouching, okay, this, guys, listen, this may help you in shooter games. And since Supkan does play Half-Life, he's good at it. Always crouching if there's enemies, if they don't see you. So, there you go, guys. Always crouch so that the enemies don't see you easily. Anything else, Supkan? Don't waste your bullets. See, that's actually important lessons. Unless necessary. So what he's trying to say is that you shouldn't waste your bullets unless you really need to use all of them. Right? Do you have any more? Or is that about it? Like, do you have a well-established technique that you always use to win shooter games? When does the podcast end, by the way? 8:30. Because we started at 7:30 plus. So it'll end at 8:30. 8:30 in the Philippines, but here it's actually almost 10 in Australia. That's the answer, Shupkan?
Baka may gagawin. Magbabay ka na.
Hindi pa.
Baka may gagawin sila.
Hindi, nagtatanong lang. Can we kind of change the schedule? Didn't we already change the schedule? And people voted 7? No, not like that. Like the day? Like the date of the schedule? Is that what you're talking about? I mean, I meant the daily schedule, the activity. So you want us to do it every other day? Every other week? No, we do this weekly, not daily, by the way. For the last 10 or 5 minutes, the activity? What do you mean? I'm a little confused. Oh, like what we do? No, just please explain it properly because I'm not getting it. Ken, hello. I'll be Soupcan's news and stuff. It'll be Soupcan's news and stuff. For the last 10 or 5 minutes, like for the final part of the podcast. Is that what you mean? Like the proper, like the activities? Yes. Oh, okay. Well, I've always been looking for someone to bring weekly news, and I kind of gave up on it after, because I couldn't establish it properly. But since you told me, I guess we could use it. But after that, we'll do a final review of everything we did. Okay? Does that sound good? Like we're still keeping the final review. Okay. Very good. That's the deal. So guys, for this month onwards, we will have Soupcan's news and stuff, where he'll be giving us some hot topics for the final minutes of the podcast. News, like important news that he wants to tell you guys. And yes. Now, can we continue? Okay. So, what is the next popular horror game? Not horror game. Like, what is the next popular gaming genre? Can we go with survival game? Hold on. I don't know. You know what? Let's go with survival games, since that's actually a little more relatable. Since there are a lot of survival games. But I don't actually know much survival games. Mainly Roblox, like Dead Rails, and the like. But Supkan, do you know any survival games except for Minecraft? Because that's mainly sandbox. Dead by Daylight, I think. Huh, interesting. Is that actually a horror game? I mean, a survival game? I'm so used to horror games, man. Dying Light. Okay. Anything else? Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. But it's mostly an FPS game. Oh, okay. But do you know any Roblox survival games? Like we have Dead Rails, right? That's a survival game. Forsaken, that's all. Yeah, I think is Dead Rails a survival game since you survived from the people? Wait, much more. Was it Dandy's World? Okay. I don't play that. What else? Scary Baboon. Oh wait, Matheus and I actually played that. What else? But since it's called Scary Baboon, does that mean it's a horror game? I'm just saying. Probably. Survival and horror. No, like, honestly, I think people get this confused a lot because horror games come from survival games. The only difference is you have to survive from monsters and jump scares in the horror games. Like, it's more of a mental struggle and an emotional struggle because, like, it's more of a struggle where you have to overcome your fears. But survival games, you actually have to survive from the enemies. Maybe, okay. Survive the end of Roblox, yeah. Oh, as long as it has survived, that's a survival game. Oh, I get it. Oh wait, I know that game that Brent actually plays. It's called Flee the Facility. Do you know that game? Flee the Facility? Inferno, yeah. Okay. Did you used to play it? Because I haven't actually played it that much. I played it once. Brent was trying to get me to play it. Check mark. Okay. You and Brent would probably get along. Like, no, you already get along at school. But, yeah, if you get X-Mark, you mean you guys don't get along? Like, you guys tease each other, annoy each other? I don't know, man. But are you annoyed at Drawingwithtainergaming? Like, just one question. Are you guys actually enemies? Or are you guys neutral? Like, are you guys actually friends? Like real ones? You guys just don't know. Neutral and mutual. Okay. So you and Brent are neutral. So, and that's good. But you guys get along pretty well. I'll just say that. Next podcast, if Brent joins, yeah, that would be good. And you guys can play Flee the Facility. You guys would want that? No, would you want that to play? Yeah. I'm just asking, by the way. No? X-Mark? Well, okay. I play too much Forsaken and Skibby Defense. Oh wait. What kind of genre are defense games? Like tower defense games? Can't Stop the Grind. Like, are tower defense games like Roblox only genre? Or like is it like a derivative of another genre? Like it's like a subgenre of something. Bloons TD. This. Oh yeah, Matheus plays that. But is it derived from a main genre? Like is it a subgenre that is derived from another genre that is like an actual thing? I don't really know. Yeah. Okay. But you want to make some tips on how to do survival games? You want
Saan ba manood?
let's both give some tips. You go first. If there's stamina bar, okay, don't waste it all. Yes, that's soup cans. Anything else before I go? I'll let you speak. Nope. Okay. As for me, let's focus on the very simplicity of survival games. On the very core of survival games. Why is it called survival games? The goal is to survive, right? Well then, you know Nike's what is it called? Like slogan? Just do it. Yeah, basically just do it. And what do? Survive. That's my only tip. Survive. Do what the game tells you. That's my only tip for survival games. He's a pretty pro. Take his advice. Yes. I don't know. I'm not as good as others, but still pretty decent. But yeah, Subcan's right. Take my advice. If you don't want to take my advice and you have your own ways, then yeah, you have your own ways. I mean, it's your life. It's your air. You breathe it. Be right back. Okay, Subcan. But yes, that's it. That's for survival games. Oh my gosh, we're about to move on to I don't know. Is it my favorite genre? But I'll tell him later. I'll tell Subcan later. Also, I'll just put my towel on the. Wait, guys. My leg. After Soup Can comes back. Oh wait, I'm gonna talk about the next genre, which has no goal because obviously I haven't told it, so I can't say obviously.
Di ba nagbaba yun?
Hindi, be right back.
Be right back na.
Babalik daw siya.
Saan kausap mo?
Yung mga viewers, syempre. Pag may nanood sa podcast. Time check, it is actually 8:09 Philippines time, because the time difference between Philippines and Australia standard time is actually 2 hours. Australia is 2 hours ahead from the Philippines. If it's daylight time, it's 3 hours ahead, so it would be 11 if it was daylight time, but thankfully not, and I can actually continue on the podcast. I guess our old schedule would work if it was daylight time, like the 6 p.m. schedule. That would work with the daylight time because it's just 9 p.m. here. Back. Okay, Subcan, you might feel a little sensitive about this next genre of games, but I'll say it anyways because it's still a genre. RPG, which stands for roleplay games. Yes, I love RPGs. What other roleplay games do you play? I thought you hated those, but you actually like those. But what do you play mostly, like in RPG? Wait, you mean RP or RPGs? Roleplay. Is there a difference between roleplay and roleplay games? RPGs are like... Doesn't that just stand for roleplay games? Progressive interactive game, I think. Adventure. Like adventure roleplay. For RP, it's literal RP, just roleplay. Yes. You know what? Let's talk about, for example, SBW. What is it again? I forgot. SBW is not an RPG, but an RP. ARP, okay. So, you have another roleplay? We can make it confusing. USTR2. Like, Forsaken RP. How about Bloxburg? And, what else? That's Roblox, but I don't know if there's other games. Bloxburg isn't entirely an RP game. Then what is it? But you could say it is. How about Brookhaven RP? Okay. That's an entire RP. Well, okay. But I thought those two were the same. So I kind of assumed. Oh, wait. Okay. So yeah. I actually okay. Are you good at role plays, like literal role plays? And if there's if there's even any tricks on how you can beat role plays, I'm really good at national RP games. But seriously, if there's any tips that you can give in RP, in role playing, can you give them? You go first. If it's a serious RP, okay, any RP, in fact. It is a must to write a whole paragraph just to do a small thing. So like you have to write this asterisk thing. I learned it the hard way. Well, is that all, or can I continue? That's all. Okay. So, for my tip, you know the saying, go with the flow. Right? You know that saying? Well, and also the Nike slogan, just apply it. Just go with the flow. That's how you do a good roleplay. Go with whatever's there. Like, it can be any RP games, but yeah, just go with the flow. Go with whatever's there. Pretend like it's happening. That's it. That's how you crush these RP games. So, can we move on to the next genre? Because there's still a lot of genres that we can talk about. We still have some time. Okay. So, the next genre, I think, would be adventure games. Rhythm games? Wait. What are rhythm games, by the way? You know FNF. Oh. So it's those games. Yes, I do, actually. I haven't actually. And OSU. Oh, that I don't know. But FNF I do. So, how do you do our rhythm games? Both OSU and OSU Mania are rhythm games, just to mention. For people who know that's it. But seriously, how do you play rhythm games? Like, is it another go with the flow thing? Yes. Okay. But listen to the beat. That kind of reminds me. Listen to the beat of your heart. Because the song you're listening to, your heart can beat with it. Whatever beat it is, yeah. Your heart will beat along with it. So yeah. Is that how? Yes. And if I may ask, because I'm not really good at rhythm games, you have any tips on how to crush these games? Practice fast reaction. Looks like these games really aren't for me because I react slowly, and I make up for it by pattern recognition and memorization, and pray that latency for multiplayer rhythm games blessed to you. That is very religious. Yeah. The only thing I captured is pray. Yes, that's the only thing I captured from that tip. Pray. And bless, because I'm religious. Catholic, yeah. And, so is that all? That's all. Okay. Let's move on to adventure games. Off topic, but what is it? Before we move on to the next topic. We have 10 minutes left, by the way. What is it, okay? Soup Can's news will be full of topics from my favorite games and channels. Sorry about that, but interesting. Okay, continue. So, the last topic that we'll cover, because our podcast is almost time, will be adventure games. You know adventure games, right, Soup Can? So, Soup Can you give me an example of an adventure game? We could do a part 2 of this podcast next week. That's actually a good idea. Like, we could finish off most of the topics. Yeah, I like that. We can do that. But, yeah, do you know any adventure games? Roblox based on anything else, yeah. FNAF World. Because it's open world. Yeah, I get it. That's all I know. Skullface. Yeah, to be honest. Wait a minute. Does Terraria count as like? Does that count as an adventure game? Like Minecraft, Terraria, but those are mostly sandbox. But since if Minecraft does, then Terraria is because you explore. Yes. And yeah, that is. They're not necessarily sandbox because what? Survival mode is the only reason why we play MC. Like survival mode. And then you have any okay, continue. But I was actually directing this question to you. Do you have any tips for adventure games that you'd like to share? No. Adventure okay, but thankfully I do. You know how I said for the RP games, the rhythm games, and the survival games, just do it and go with the flow? Do the same thing. It's an adventure game. Explore. Explore, that's it. That's all you do. That's why it's called an adventure. But the fun in adventure games is the adventure itself and not the destination. That's what makes adventure games good. Facts. Yes. So if you need to play adventure games, just explore. Rare MJW. Oh, come on. You don't have to flatter me that much. I mean, yeah. But I do have hella things. Okay, can it be my news now? Since it's the last few minutes of the podcast, we will have Soupcan's news and stuff. I will do the intro like that. You like that? Yeah. Alright. So, first things first. SBW got a pre-release update. Okay. Sentient, owner of SBW, expanded the planned update for 14.75. Interesting. Next. USTR2 slowed down the updates. Oh no. Okay. Because their devs, because of a reason I forgot. You have any more news for us, Mr. Can? They have less devs now. Next. Okay. Skibby Defense released a daily tower release for this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday have released. Interesting. Quests are brought back to the game after a long time. Sixland/Gojo Cameraman got rebound for the 6th time. Next. Still no activity from Katie. Next. Okay, seriously, how many news are these? And how will you fit them all in 5 minutes? Okay, next. What? Detective TV Man is working on an episode 78 recreation. Yes, the official episode 78 released. Next. Hopefully, a new pope will be elected soon. That's actually really important to me because I am a very religious man, and whoever pope gets elected, I will respect and pray for. So let us pray for this. That's all for my summary news today. And that is all for Soup Can's news and stuff. Okay, so a little review on everything we did today. So, actually tonight, so we talked about the different gaming genres with Soup Can and CooledPC because Matheus and Brent, they're a little busy. And then we talked about like horror games, shooter games, adventure games, and there will be a part 2 actually. And then Soup Can had this suggestion of Soup Can's news and stuff, where Soup Can brings his own hot topics onto the podcast before the podcast ends, which is actually a nice touch because I've really wanted a news section, but never got to find the right person to do it. And Soup Can suddenly volunteered when I didn't find anyone. It's summer now. Exactly. And after that, that's pretty much it. So are we also gonna do a weather forecast, Soup Can? Because you said like it's summer now. I quit weather forecasting a long time ago. You know who'd be a good weather forecaster for winter? CooledPC. Because you get it cool because it's cold. Yeah. That's why he's a good blank face. I guess my jokes are really too old, and also like you guys get, but yeah. It'd probably catch you off guard, but... And as for the weather forecast in the Philippines, hot. that pretty much describes the Philippines as a whole. But do you want an actual weather forecast section? 24/7, exactly. Even in the night, it's really hot. Philippines is hot. I mean, everyone in there is probably hot, and also the sun. Yeah. So it means both, if you guess. Also, late summer news, okay? From Soup Cans News and Stuff. Is that it? China slows down the Earth's rotation. How? By 0.06 microseconds because of their huge dam. You know what I would say to that huge dam? Damn. Yes, that's what I would say. Damn. Because it's a huge dam. Anyways, that's all for today. So we pretty much finished everything. So we hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe and share this with a friend to support us. But anyways, we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out. Bye-bye. Say bye, Soup Can. Bye, he said. So, smiley face. So we will end it now. Let's go.